Live from Rice Stadium in Houston, Texas, the Lorimar Sports Network presents the 27th Annual Blue Bonnet Bowl Postseason Classic. Today, the Air Force Falcons take on the Texas Longhorns. Pittman, 5'9", 180 pounds, a senior from here in Houston, Texas. And he is joined by Thomas as the kick comes underway from Ward and sails out of the end zone. Here is the starting offensive line. Evanson starting at a tackle spot for the Falcons. Hendrickson is at left guard. The center, Rusty Wilson. At right guard, Joe Jose. The right tackle is Dave Sutton. And the tight end, Hugh Brennan, third leading receiver on this Falcon team. Quarterback, Bart Weiss. You've heard about him. He's a very talented quarterback. Kelly Pittman from Houston at a halfback. Randy Jones is the fullback. And Pat Evans actually is the fullback, and Jones, one of the running backs in the wishbone. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Air Force. Here's Weiss to pass on first down. A little outlet pass to Pittman, who takes it up to about the 23-yard line. Stopped the ball just shy of the 25-yard line. Ken Carpenter, number 83. We didn't see him on the lineup, but he is the leading receiver for this Falcon team. Hand off straight up the middle and pounding ahead to the 30-yard line. As we look at the Longhorn defensive alignment, McKinney at left end. Espinoza, left tackle. The right tackle, Rocky Reed. Blake Bronner at right end for the Texas Longhorns. Here are the backers. Chris Dulabon, one of the linebackers, Britt Hager. Ty Allert, all Southwest Conference linebacker for the Longhorns. First down for Air Force. Ball right at the 30-yard line on the option. Give it to Evans. Evans gets a couple of yards, no more. Stephen Bragg's at a corner. The free safety is Richard Peavy, who made that last tackle. He's the leading tackler on the Longhorn squad. Senegal, the strong safety, and the other corner is Tony Tillman. They played just about a minute and a half, and the Air Force has picked up one first down so far. Here's Weiss. Downfield, almost intercepted. Knocked away at the last moment by Tillman. Third down and about 8.5 to go for the Air Force Falcons. They break the bone this time. They're in a passing set. Weiss rolling right, under pressure, lets it fly, and it's going to come up short. Intended for Jeffcoat, averaged 47.3 yards a kick. Metcalf deep for Texas, line drive kick, taken by Metcalf at about the 28. Good lane up the field. He hurdles the tackler and goes into Air Force territory down to about the 47-yard line. Metcalf brought it back 25 yards, and Texas in good field position from the Air Force 47 on first down. Brett Stafford, the Longhorn quarterback. Tucks it under, turns upfield, gets inside the 45, down to about the 43-yard line, a 5-yard gain. Here's the offensive line for the Texas Longhorns. Stewart at a right tackle spot for Texas. Chester is the right guard. He's a native of Houston. Chilton, the All-American, at center for the Longhorns. Jetson at left guard, another Houston native. And starting at left tackle, Steve Ergel in place of the injured Rick Houston. First possession of the game for Texas. From the I formation, give to the tailback Hunter. Hunter gets a couple of yards, maybe 1 yard, we'll call it, and no more than that. Here's the tight end, William Harris, for the Longhorns. Brett Stafford is the quarterback, taking over early in the season and doing a good job. Darren Norris, the sprinter, at a fullback spot. Hunter is the tailback in the I formation lineup for the Longhorns. At flanker is Russell Hayes. And Everett Gay, the leading receiver on this team, at split end. 3rd and 4 for Texas. They come out of the I formation now, and they put Hunter on a wing right. 2 wide receivers to the left. Stafford the pass. Gets it on a little outlet pass to Norris. Norris inside the 40-yard line, taken out of bounds. Let's see what they can do on 4th down. Texas goes for it on 4th down. Split backs in the backfield. Again, straight ahead, and good for the first down to the 35-yard line is Norris. Let's set the defense now for the Falcons of Air Force. Chad Jennings at a defensive tackle spot. Dick Park getting a start today in place of Spiewak. Park, a senior, and John Ziegler, the defensive tackle, all Western Athletic Conference. Hankemer, one of the linebackers. He is joined by Mike Chandler, second-team all-WAC linebacker. Terry Mackey, leading tackler on the Air Force squad, and Malakowski, the other linebacker for the Falcons. First down, Texas from the 34 of Air Force. Stafford looks deep. It's complete for the touchdown. William Harris, the tight end, takes the pass from Stafford, and Texas has scored. It came off a play-action pass, Tom. Stafford coming out for his career. And he puts another notch on his barrel as Jeff Ward hits the extra point And the Texas Longhorns have broken on top of the Air Force by a score of 7-0. We'll be back to the Bluebonnet Bowl in just a moment. On a free kick, so they're going to have to kick it off, and Ward will put it on its way. And it's a pretty good kick anyway. Pittman takes it at about the 6-yard line. To the 30, upended and gets forward to about the 32-yard line. From the 32, first down for Air Force. They trail 7-0. First quarter, 11:09 to play. On the option, White dragged down. Tyrone Jeffcoat is in at a wide receiver. He's set wide to the right. Carpenter wide left. Triple option. Here's Weiss. Stopped after a gain of about 4 on the play. Richard Peavy, the free safety. 3rd and 8 for the Falcons. On the option, Weiss, nothing there. Longhorns. There's Simon set to punt. Remember, Metcalf had a good return earlier. Good field position. This is a short kick by Simon. Again, he is kicking against the wind, but he gets a good roll. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 25-yard line of Texas. With only one setback now, Edwin Simmons is into the game for the Longhorns. And the give is to Simmons. He spins his way forward for 5 yards to the 30. Let's check the defensive secondary for Air Force. A.J. Scott is one of the defensive men at the Falcon spot, they call him. The free safety is Scott Thomas. Scott Thomas, an all-WAC performer, 6 interceptions. Ron Wilson at a corner. He also has 6 interceptions. And Tom Rotello, who set an Air Force record with 8 interceptions this season. 2nd and 6 for Texas. 2 tight ends, Harrison McCray into the game. They keep it on the ground to Simmons. He gets forward. 3rd down and a yard to go for Texas. Give to Norris. And Norris is up to the 30-yard line. 7:43 to play in the first quarter. Texas leads Air Force 7-0 in the 27th Bluebonnet Bowl from Houston. Simmons plows straight ahead, gets only a yard. Brett Stafford has 2nd and 8. Little safety valve pass complete to Simmons. They didn't get much out of it. Perhaps lost yardage. Other Service Academy in action and in front of Illinois. On 3rd and 11, Stafford in trouble. And he goes down at the 20-yard line. Flag on the play. 14-yard loss to that long punt of the season, 81 yards. Thomas is deep for Air Force. He takes it at about the 23. Looking for the wall up the sideline. Gets to the 35 and the 36. Has it at its own 36-yard line. Weiss on the option. Gave to the fullback Evans.
Freedom Bowl loss to Iowa. They're ready to play today.
2nd and 8 here. Premature movement of the Texas defense. Flags fly. 5-yard penalty. Makes it 2nd and 3 now for moves prematurely offside. Gives Air Force a first down. Steve Allen into the wide receiver for the Air Force, but the Falcons keep it on the ground. 2 yards to midfield. 2nd and 8. Weiss on the triple option. Gives again to Evans.
And try and get something working up the field and then trying something wide.
3rd and 7. Carpenter back in for the Air Force. Weiss. Give it straight up the middle. Wide open is Evans. He's going to go all the way. Evans finally tracked down at about the 2-yard line. Looked like he had it for the touchdown. Tony Tillman took it to the 1. Weiss pitches. Touchdown, Air Force. Greg Poshesniak takes it in for the Falcons. Touchdown from 1 yard out.
And there was the beautiful execution on the part of Bart Weiss.
Air Force record. And make it 53 in a row as he ties the game at 7. Air Force covers 64 yards in 5 plays. It took 2 minutes, 47 seconds. Tom Ruby kicks it off for the Air Force. It's a short kick. It's a free ball, remember, and it's taken by the Air Force. Flags down, but the Air Force had it. From the 32, here's the wishbone attack. Bart Weiss, the quarterback. Texas moves prematurely. Whistles blow the play dead in the first portion of this initial quarter of play.
They love to use that snap count to help them out.
1st and 5. Weiss on the option. He keeps it down to the 15-yard line. Bryant is in for the Air Force at a wide receiver.
Gain of 3 yards, 4 yards on the play. Here's the wishbone attack, 2nd and 6. Long count by Weiss. Here's the option. Weiss to the 5, out of bounds at the 2. Weiss picked up the first down. He was the leading rusher on this Air Force squad, 1,032 yards. 1st and goal from the 2. On a counter play, Pittman hit at the line of scrimmage. Perhaps he got a yard out of it, but the Falcons threatening. Straight ahead, Weiss. Touchdown. Bart Weiss has scored. It's good. Ruby now has hit 59 consecutive points after touchdown.
And that carries over into 2 seasons. So far this year, he's 54 out of 54, and that's pretty impressive. But
paid off for the Falcons after they recovered that kick. They took it in for the go-ahead touchdown. There's another little short kick. In a mix-up between the Texas players as to who was going to take it. Finally taken by one of the up men going backwards. And gets maybe a yard to the 21. Right now they find themselves behind 14-7 with a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Stafford at quarterback gives to his tailback Metcalf. Dodged one man, retreats, and is taken down back at the 19-yard line. Came into today's game with 54 tackles to his credit. 2nd and 12. They run straight ahead. Darren Norris gets the call and maybe a yard or 2. High school All-American. Gained 1,400 yards as a high school senior and a starter as a freshman for Fred Akers. On 3rd and 10, Stafford complete to the 35 to Russell Hayes. It's going to be short, I believe, though, of the first down.
holding on the offense. Be 3rd down.
3rd and long for Texas. 13 seconds remaining in the quarter. Draw play, and not much there for Norris. He's finally swamped by white jerseys. His own end zone, the barefoot kicker, Telshik. Good pressure on him. He got it high in the air and sends it downfield. Taken by Thomas at about the 38-yard line. Slips a couple of tackles and takes it to the 45 before he's ridden out of bounds.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the orange.
That's the end of the first quarter of play with Air Force leading Texas 14-7. Now Air Force at the 39 of Texas. Here's a pitch. Pittman lost the football. Back to pick it up, back into Air Force territory. He's dragged down at the 44-yard line. Sets up 2nd and 27 now for the Air Force. Back at the 44 of the Falcons. Ron Bryant is in the game. Here's Weiss being taken down at the 40. James McKinney, the defensive end, the All-Southwest Conference. Air Force has not converted on 3rd down so far in the game, but they have the 14-7 lead.
Well, it looks like that Air Force will come in and run one more play. It's going to be very difficult for them.
With only one wide receiver set to the right. Weiss got some running room. Dives forward to about the 44-yard line. With the win, Simon sails it to Metcalf, who lets it bounce at the 10, and it goes on into the end zone for a touchback. They've been very successful here. Now they trail 14-7. The give is to Hunter, and Hunter finds good running room up to the 30-yard line and close to the first down. The Air Force has racked up 5 first downs. The Falcons lead 14-7. Again, they give the ball to Hunter, and again he gets 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Longhorns here from the I formation. Double wide receivers to left. Stafford collided with the man he was handing off to, Norris.
But that's what happens when that fullback gets too close to the quarterback.
On 3rd and 3, the pitch is to Hunter. Good pressure from the Air Force defense, and they stop him short of the first down. Was deep for the Air Force. There's Telshik. Low line drive kick, bounces, takes a big hop to the 20, where Thomas loses the ball. Loose and recovered by the Air Force. Didn't get much that time. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
That looked like the Air Force Academy Falcons had every little gap taken care of. You're going to see 4 or 5 linemen sitting right there in gaps.
Averaged 50 yards a punt. Sends it up against the wind. Thomas drops the ball. Loose still. Out of bounds, and it went out of bounds. It will be the possession of Depends on who had it last. Air Force. And game time temperature about 66, expected to climb up into the 70s. From its own 12, Air Force with a first down. The option, Weiss keeps and gets nothing. He's hit and dropped at the 11 by Britt Hager. He lost the yard at 2nd and 11. Weiss is trapped back again for a loss on the play. We've got all the service academies going this afternoon. Maybe the only one left out. Here's the pitch back to Pittman. Pittman gets not much. Metcalf is deep for Texas. Sailing punt. Metcalf has it at midfield. Retreats to try to pick up his blockers and falls down as he tries to get away from the lone man that had a shot at him. And 2:39 remaining to play in the second quarter with a 1st and 10 from their own 42. On the delayed draw play, it's Metcalf who takes the handoff. Tries to get outside, but picks up only a couple of... Gay to one side, Hayes to the other on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Ball tipped and almost intercepted. It's incomplete.
But the Longhorns come up in a 3rd down situation.
3rd and 8, as a matter of fact. They send Hayes in motion. Stafford rolling right. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Pelchik to punt. He's punted 4 times for a 46-yard average. Thomas is deep. Good punt here against the wind. It's going to bounce and hit and come back. Had perfect spin on it. It'll be down inside the 10. Beautiful punt. The
Longhorns are doing now.
That was a 48-yard punt. First down for the Air Force. Backed up. Great handoff this time to Pittman, who brings it out to the 15-yard line. Gains 7 yards. 2nd and 3. This time on the option. Weiss is keeping. Has the first down. Fumbles the ball out of bounds. Air Force will have it. Saw Fisher DeBerry, the Air Force coach. Weiss got 11. First down, Falcons. Weiss puts it in the air. Knocked down and almost intercepted. Good coverage by Texas. Carpenter became the defensive man. Knocked it away from Tillman, who could have intercepted. 2nd and 10. Handoff. Hit at the line of scrimmage was Randy Jones. Bill Carpenter, who was the lonesome end of Army fame. His dad is a major general now and in the College Football Hall of Fame. Weiss pitches. Blockers in front. Here's Pittman. Flags down as he picks up the first down.
Holding on the offense.
Texas has been assessed 55 yards in penalties. Weiss gives to the first man through. That's Johnny Smith, who's in the game at fullback. Simon to punt. Metcalf lets it bounce, and he's going to let it bounce all the way. And Air Force will let it roll dead at the 18-yard line. The clock ticks down 3, 2. 2 seconds left. This will be the last play. Stafford looked like he was surprised when the snap came to him, and he just ran it off tackle, got it up to the 15-yard line as the first half comes to an end. Mike Chandler made the stop for Air Force on the final play of the first half of action.
An entertaining halftime show is coming up your way. This is the 27th annual Bluebonnet Bowl.
From the Goodyear Blimp America, Goodyear Blimps flying over major American sporting events for 60 years now. Here's the opening kickoff of the second half. Texas kicking it deep and through the Air Force end zone. 14-7 Air Force leads. Second half just now getting underway. Bart Weiss is the quarterback. Movement. Bronner came across the line of scrimmage, but he was drawn off. Illegal procedure against Air Force. The third penalty for 20 yards against Air Force. Texas has penalized 55 yards all in the first half, of course. Weiss on the option, gives it to Evans, and nothing there. Rocky Reed. Second and 15 Air Force. Weiss again hands it up the middle, and again there's nothing there but orange shirts. 3rd and 13 situation, backed up to their own 17-yard line. Here's the play now. Wide receiver to either side, wishbone formation. Weiss gives to the first man through Evans. He's got the first down and more. It was a 21-yard gain and a Falcon first down. Weiss again gives straight ahead to Evans. Evans approaching 100 yards on the day, the leading ground gainer in the game thus far. 2nd and 7. On the option, Weiss pitches. To the 45 as Jones knocked out of bounds at about the 47. 8th first down of the game for the Air Force Academy. Texas has picked up 6. Falcons driving from their own 48. Weiss tried to cut up field and met at the line of scrimmage and turned back, as did the Texas mascot Bevo, the Longhorns. Weiss gives again to Evans. Evans straight ahead, gets 2. They're only 2 and 6 under Akers, but he wants to impress the recruits in the Houston area. 3rd and 8 for the Air Force. Collision as Weiss tried to hand off, and Weiss falls down and has averaged 48 yards on 6 punts this afternoon. Metcalf is deep. Against the wind, it's a short punt. Metcalf lets it bounce. It's going to roll dead at about the Texas 20, maybe down at the 19 before it finally stops.
Is doing to the defense. They're not staying out on the field quite as long as Coach DeBerry wants them to.
33-yard punt, first down for Texas. Hunter got the call, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage.
And that was a great shot of Mackey just diving through and making the stop.
2nd and 10 here. High formation Longhorns. Hunter across the 20 to the 23. 5-yard gain. 3rd and 7 Longhorns. Ball at their own 23. Like blitz coming. Stafford rolls right. He's got running room. He cuts under. To the 40. Midfield, he's got a blocker. One man to beat. Out of bounds inside the 30 of the Air Force. We saw the running ability of Brett Stafford as he broke a long one. This from the 25 of Air Force, 1st and 10. Stafford gives it to Hunter.
They always turn out to be big.
Hunter again tries the center of the line. He's inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. They've got 3rd and 3 from the Air Force 18. Stafford to the 5-yard line and to the 10-yard line and a Longhorn first down. Patrick McFarland into the game for the Longhorns. Lined up as the fullback. Stafford still got it. Throws to the end zone. Knocked down by Air Force. Good defensive play by Scott Thomas.
And they came to, they became close friends, and they really help each other out, not only on the field, but off the field.
2nd and 10. Simmons gets down to about the 7-yard line. Simmons is the tailback in the formation on 3rd and 7.
Quarterback.
Stafford tries to cut it up, gets only to about the 6-yard line where he stopped. His 19 field goals this year tied a Southwest Conference record. Here's Ward's kick. And it's good. So Texas drives down the field and gets a field goal off the foot of Jeff Ward to narrow it to a 4-point lead. Air Force leads in the Bluebonnet Bowl. We'll be back. Here's the kick by Ward. Thomas takes it out of the end zone for a touchback. Air Force has the ball 1st and 10 from the Falcon 20-yard line. 6:19 third quarter, 4-point lead Air Force. Evans stumbles straight ahead, gets 5 yards. 2nd and 4 for the Falcons. Taking 6 yards actually on the play, so 95 on the day for Evans. In on the option. Weiss cuts upfield, is tripped down from behind by McKinney. Clock ticks down for the 5-minute mark, 3rd quarter. Weiss on the straight handoff up to the 30-yard line and close to the first down is Kelly Pittman. The official blocking the view, but that's a good shot. His foot's in the way. They missed it by an inch or so. Hunter averaging 46 yards a kick today. Metcalf is deep. This is a boomer off the foot of Simon. Chases Metcalf back. He makes an over-the-shoulder grab all the way back to his 15. Cuts back upfield, gets to the 22, where he's slammed to the turf by several white-shirted Air Force special teams.
Two teams that really want to win. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Just enough wind to lend a little excitement and strategy to the game this afternoon. Texas with the wind in its favor for the final 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter. They go on the pass, and it's intercepted through the arms of the intended receiver and picked off by Tom Rotello. Rotello up the sideline, knocked out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line. The 9th interception this season for Tom Rotello. Simmons knocked him out of bounds. 1st and 10 Air Force, 23 of Texas. Weiss cuts upfield, evades one tackler, pounds inside the 20 for a 4-yard gain. Evans, touchdown. 19-yard touchdown run by Pat Evans. Here's Ruby to add the extra point. And it's good. Ruby has hit 60 extra points in a row.
You know, he has never missed an extra point, and you noticed his reaction as soon as he kicked it into the wind.
That is unusual. Here's the kick by Ruby. Try to ground it and perhaps pick up the roll, but Texas covers it. Has hit 3 of 7 passes for 1 touchdown. Just had the 1 interception a moment ago. Only 32 yards in the air for Texas. Stafford on the handoff. Gives it to Simmons. Trips forward.
Quit playing football, but he's back. He's got determination. Here he goes again.
Spins away from one tackler, but has stopped at the 49-yard line, short of the first down. We've got McCray on a wing. Hunter and Norris, the running backs, split behind Stafford. The handoff is to Norris. He's got the first down. He's tripped up and falls forward to the 30. Norris turning on that great speed.
He runs a 10-4-5, 100 meters. The guy can fly.
He got 21 yards on that one. Here's Norris carrying for 4 yards. And Tyler Rose now playing for the New Orleans Saints. Had so many great years here with the Houston Oilers. Stafford on the rollout. Going to run it. Runs into his own man, falls across the 25 to the 24-yard line.
And it was a very wise decision that Stafford tuck that ball and try and get as much as he could.
Key third down play here. Handoff. Fighting to the 20 and a first down run. 24 seconds and counting in the third quarter. High formation in the backfield. Simmons, the tailback, gets the handoff. Tries right side and falls forward inside the 15. 6-yard gain. And the third quarter has come to an end at the Bluebonnet Bowl. We've got timeout at Rice Stadium in Houston with the Air Force leading Texas 21-10. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment.
Each in, they might have one.
2nd and 4 for Texas. The ball at the Air Force 14. Stafford hands to Simmons. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward to about the 13, giving him a 1-yard gain. Texas has converted on third down 4 of 5 times. It's 3rd and 4 here. Stafford has his man, then knocked away at the last moment by Scott Thomas. 31-yard field goal attempt coming up by Jeff Ward. 1 for 1 on field goals this afternoon. From 31, Ward's kick is good. So Texas cuts 3 points off the Air Force lead. Timeout at the Bluebonnet Bowl. 14-14 to play in the 27th Bluebonnet Classic.
Home here in Houston.
Oh, sure. To me, there's no place like Texas.
All right, let's go back up to the booth and Tom.
Here's Texas on first down. Stafford has a blocker in front. Can't get much going. Falls forward perhaps a yard. Air Force leads 21-13. 11 minutes to play in the Bluebonnet Bowl. Play action pass. Complete for the first down. William Harris, who had a touchdown reception earlier, 15-yard gain and a first down at the Air Force 41. Simmons gets the corner, out of bounds, give him 9 yards and make it 2nd and 1. Simmons met at the line of scrimmage, bounces off one tackler, and then falls inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. Longhorn first down at the 28 of Air Force. Stafford sets up a screen to Simmons. Gets away from one man, but then is taken down. It's going to be a loss on the play. That one didn't, and it's 2nd and 13.
The dog's full.
Stafford again, play action pass. Across the middle, complete. Again, it's Harris, the tight end, who takes it to the 15-yard line. Simmons is the tailback in the I formation. Pitch to Simmons. Stacked up after a 2-yard gain. Simmons fouls down to the 10. 3rd and 6. For the end zone. Incomplete. Jeff Ward will try it from 28 yards. He's 2 for 2 in field goals this afternoon. It's good. Off the hold from Danny Akers. Jeff Ward hits his 3rd field goal of the afternoon. And Texas continues to chip away at that Air Force lead. 7:34 remaining in the Bluebonnet Bowl. Timeout. Air Force leads 21-16.
and get some blocking schemes going to get that wishbone back in shape.
Here's the kick by Ward, taken by Pittman. He's banged to the turf shy of the 30-yard line. First down for the Air Force. The ball at the 29-yard line of the Falcons. They lead 21-16. Weiss, the pass. Knocked down at the last moment. Ty Allert, the linebacker. It's 2nd and 10 for the Air Force. Third and 9 Falcons. Counter, Jones. Flag down as he's stacked up at the 35-yard line.
Football game. The Longhorns getting that ball back.
Simon's punt takes a good bounce for the Air Force all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Stafford hands off to his tailback. Simmons bounces outside, stiff arms one player, and after all that running, gets a 4-yard gain. 2nd down for the Longhorns at Texas. Got about 5 yards to go for the first down. Again, they go to Simmons, and the tailback pounds across the 20. He's to the 21-yard line. 3rd and 2, Longhorns. Hunter gets the call, and he gets up, I believe, short of the first downs. Play clock is down to 1 second. They get it off. Telchik with the boot. Thomas calls for a fair catch and takes it at the 45-yard line. Flag down on the play. It was a 5-yard step off against Texas from the 49. Here's Air Force. Evans gets the call. That time his average down to 44. Simon has averaged 49 a kick. Hunter's a big weapon today. Good penetration that time. Just about beating the play was Britt Hager. Fake reverse. Weiss still has it. Stopped for a loss in the play. Britt Hager again. Good pressure on Simon. Gets a low line drive kick that bounces. Metcalf picks it up at his 10. Tries to get to the outside. Hemmed in by white shirts and is taken down at the 8-yard line. 6-yard line. Just shy of the 7, actually.
To move that ball a little bit quicker up the field. Here they go at Stafford with a play-action fake.
From his own end zone, he lets it go. It's complete to Metcalf, who gets to the 5. That was almost a safety. Metcalf lucky to make the grab. Actually, an incomplete pass would have been better off. Stafford again from his end zone. This one behind the intended receiver, Hayes. 3rd and 12, 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play. Stafford rolls right. Lets it go. It's intercepted. This is Wilson. He picks up blockers, tries the other way, cuts upfield, inside the 10, flag down. Ron Wilson with his 7th interception of the season. This time they have it at the 31 of Texas. 1:49 on the clock, and Air Force leading 21-16. Evans inside the 30. 2nd and 8 for the Air Force. Trying to work on the clock a little bit now as they give it to Evans straight ahead. Weiss with a long count. Evans falls forward after being tripped up at about the line of scrimmage. Ruby tries to nail it down here with a 40-yard field goal. It's up. Good.
And I would say the percentages are pretty good that it's going to be 145 now.
With only 43 seconds left, and Texas facing a do-or-die situation.
He's got a winning percentage of over 76%, but yet there are some people in the Texas circles, football circles, that feel like that Akers should be replaced.
Here's Metcalf. He's to the 20 and tackled shy of the 30-yard line. If you don't go to the Cotton Bowl, it's not a successful season. And with another bowl loss, the pressure on Akers is likely to continue. Stafford, he's going to run with it. And he'll be stopped at the 35, a 5-yard gain. But
to go in the game, really Texas has no chance, but you got to head for the sidelines and get out of bounds.
Stafford throws it complete and out of bounds. Texas had more first downs, in fact controlled the play in the second half, but the bend but not break Air Force defense managed to keep them out of the end zone. There's an incomplete pass. We will have one more play with 4 seconds left.
And getting down close to scoring touchdowns, but they just couldn't come up with the score.
Here's Stafford. It looks like it was perhaps intercepted on the last play of the game. In any event, it will be the last play, and will put the win in the board for the Air Force Academy. So the Bluebonnet Bowl has come to an end in Houston.